Okay, I've been here for about a week and it's been good. I've been going up and having a coffee every morning. There's a little shop here, it's very expensive, but you can buy a few little odds and ends. I think they've got eggs and bread and a few things like that. But everything on the island is quite expensive. You wouldn't want to do a big resupply here. But anyway, I've been here long enough and I'm just keeping an eye on the weather. I think I'm going to get some weather to go south on Sunday. So what I'm going to do now is lift the pick and we'll head through the Sandy Strait. I'll endeavour, I think this afternoon, as long as the tide's right, we'll get up to Sheridan Flat, the shallow part, at high tide. I think I'll get through there and then I don't have to worry about doing that. I could probably leave it till tomorrow, but we'll just see how it goes. We'll play it by ear. That's what we usually do. So we'll head through the Sandy Strait and then I'm in a good position to just keep a bit more of an eye on the weather. It's still a little bit far out Sunday to say whether it's going to be good or not. If I don't get this break, I'm going to have to stay here for another 10 days and I'd probably go down to Tin Can Bay and spend the time there. But yeah, hopefully the weather that's forecast at the moment for Sunday sort of hangs like that, maybe even gets a bit better. And then we'll have a pretty long trip down into Moreton Bay. It's about, I think, 10 or 11 hours. So it'd be good to get a bit of a wind to help us down there because that'll save us a couple of hours if we can get a bit of northerly. But anyway, we'll see how it goes. At the moment, the time frame I'm in, they're having all the floods up in Townsville and there's a couple of big low pressure systems up there. And I think what those lows are doing is just sucking all the wind from down south here up into those low pressure systems and the northerlies just aren't happening. So we've been waiting a little while for them. Anyway, fingers crossed for Sunday, but what we'll do now is get the anchor up and head up through the Sandy Strait. And I'm doing it on the tide. It's amazing how much wind there actually is when you get out from behind those high cliffs at Kingfisher. Dead calm in there when we left. And out here we've got 20 knots at least, I reckon, blowing from the southeast. So it gives you a false sense of security being in a lee like that out of the wind, because this would be definitely making the bar a bit ordinary to get across. We're going to try something a little bit different today. We're just at South White Cliffs. I've got about an hour before high tide, hour and a half. We've got plenty of water here and I'm just going to try and get through to the main channel by going up past Yankee Jack Creek. There's a bit of a channel up there. Some people have said that it's deeper doing it that way than doing the main channel now. So the marked channel around Sheridan Flat apparently is getting pretty shallow. So I'm just going to have a little bit of a poke up past Yankee Jacks and see if I can get out to that. I've done it before at high tide, so I know that there's a fair bit of water there. What I'm going to use is offline maps, and that shows me where the deeper sections are. So I'll use that more than I'm going to use my Navionics package, because the lighthouse charts don't really give you much detail up there. They just show a lot of drying banks and that's about it. Okay, it was pretty shallow getting through there. We're back in the main channel now. Probably going to run down to Gary's, I think, for tonight. Was it worth doing? You don't save much time because you don't save much distance really. It was pretty shallow. We're down in a metre or even a little bit under. I don't think we touched bottom, but I only drew 0.8, so I wouldn't have wanted it to be much shallower than that. I was about half an hour off a 2.6 metre high tide. We would have gained probably another 200 mils at high tide, maybe. Yeah, but it was a pretty shallow trip, and I think sometimes with shallower, if you were going to do something like that, it'd probably be better off to get in your dinghy and go through at low tide, find where all the deep channels are, because I think sometimes I may have been out of the channel. It was a bit hard to work out where everything was. But anyway, we got through unscathed. The only thing you can say about it is the bottom's very soft, it's all sand, so you're not going to do too much damage if you do bottom out. But yeah, you don't save much by doing that, and I think that the main channel, the marked channel, is probably a fair bit deeper. I can't remember ever getting into water that shallow when I've done the marked channel at high tide. Anyhow, we're through. A little bit of an excursion, and yeah, I think we'll just get up to Gary's and head in there for tonight. Let's go with Anchorage.